There is absolute chaos on Capitol Hill right now because Donald Trump is demanding that Republicans do away with a blue slip process because he can't get his nominees confirmed. And all the while, healthcare subsidies expire in less than 3 weeks. And there is an open revolt within the Republican Party as we speak over what to do about healthcare. No one knows what is actually happening. No one knows how to solve these issues. And while there is constant infighting that has boiled over publicly and it's causing major problems for the president and for the Speaker of the House. Now, meanwhile, there are new demands for a complete third party audit of the Epstein files, as many believe on Capitol Hill that these files may have been scrubbed, tampered with, or improperly redacted. A major news update right now. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click the link below to subscribe to my Substack to support my work. Excuse any edits or anything, I'm very sick this morning, so I'm just doing my best to get through it. Right now, there's mass chaos on Capitol Hill over the future of healthcare, and Republican leadership does not know what to do because there are multiple competing plans in the Senate, in the House, and the White House. In the Senate, Senator Rand Paul is the only definite Republican defector on a vote today on a framework presented by Mike Crapo and Bill Cassidy that would expand healthcare savings accounts that extend the enhanced affordable tax credit. A handful of Republicans have not said how they would vote, including Murkowski and Collins. And Florida Senator Rick Scott has his own version, but he's still reviewing the Crapo-Cassidy bill. Thune is already messaging around Thursday's near certain failure, saying that it'll spur more serious negotiations. Quote, when we get through this exercise this week, the question is, are there enough Democrats who want to fix the problem? I think there is a path forward. Obviously, we don't have a lot of time to do this, but I think there are ways in which you could, where there is a will. Remember, to get out of the government shutdown, Democrats were promised a vote. That's all they were promised, just a vote. And they're getting a vote, but this vote isn't going to pass. In the House, at least 10 Republicans broke from Mike Johnson, signed a bipartisan discharge petition authored by Brian Fitzpatrick and Jared Golden that would extend the enhanced tax credits for 2 years while imposing new eligibility requirements. Josh Gottheimer and Jen Kiggins also moved to file a discharge petition on their own proposal that would extend subsidies for a year with new guardrails. Both efforts are direct challenges to House leaders who appear determined to let the subsidies lapse. But they would likely need all House Democrats, and Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is pushing a measure to compel a vote on a 3-year extension. Asked if he would support Fitzpatrick's bill, Jeffries says he hadn't had the opportunity to look at it. Meanwhile, Scalise, the Republican leader, not the speaker, the leader of the caucus, says he's not a fan of discharge petitions, adding that the extension framework being proposed in the Fitzpatrick-Golden bill is just one of many that has split the Republican caucus. In the White House, lawmakers are getting mixed signals about whether Donald Trump wants Republicans to utilize the filibuster skirting process of reconciliation to advance a party line package to address affordability concerns, including healthcare. Asked Wednesday if he wants to see another mega bill move through the Hill next year, Trump told reporters, we don't need it. But James Blair told Semaphore that the administration would love to do another reconciliation bill, saying that's really a partisan tool, and there's bipartisan pathways too. Which one opens up is largely contingent on whether or not the Democrats want to work on anything. Now, meanwhile, for the president's sake, he is furious right now. Why? Because none of his nominees are getting confirmed by the United States Senate. He is saying, quote, blue slips are making it impossible to get great Republican judges and U.S. attorneys approved to serve in any state where there is a single Democrat senator. If they say no, then it is over for that very well qualified Republican candidate. Only a really far left Democrat can be approved. It is shocking that Republicans under Senator Chuck Grassley from Iowa, allowed this scam to continue. So unfair to Republicans and not constitutional. I am hereby asking Senate Majority Leader John Thune, a fantastic guy, to get something done, ideally the termination of blue slips. Too many great Republicans are being sent packing. None are getting approved. Blue slips are the process by which a senator from their home state essentially gets to sign off, approve of a nominee coming out of that state. For example, Alina Habba was a nominee to be the U.S. Attorney for the District of New Jersey. To get kind of fast track through the United States Senate to get to a full vote of the Senate, she would have to get approval from the 2 Democratic senators in New Jersey, including Andy Kim and Cory Booker. And well, they're not going to give approval to someone who's super partisan, they don't approve of. And so her nomination got stuck. And then as a result, you saw she had to withdraw her nomination from consideration. And well, Trump is not happy about that. He wants his folks getting confirmed quickly because he knows he only has 3 years left in office. And without his people in office, he can't actually get anything done. Meanwhile, in just 8 days, you have a critical deadline, and that is the Epstein files release. And today, Senator Adam Schiff and Senator Dick Durbin, senior Democrats on the Judiciary Committee in the Senate, along with some survivors, have urged the acting inspector general to provide assistance in ensuring public trust and transparency in the Justice Department's forthcoming release of Epstein files. They write that Donald Trump has signed the law, the Epstein Files Transparency Act, after overwhelming bipartisan support. The act's passage was a rare moment of unity in Congress, made possible only through relentless advocacy by survivors of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell's human trafficking operation and the interested public. In furtherance of transparency, last week, a federal judge in Florida granted the Department of Justice's request to unseal grand jury transcripts from the investigation into Epstein and Maxwell. Congress is determined to ensure that the Justice Department implements the act faithfully and transparently without further obfuscation or delay. On December 3rd, 2025, the bipartisan lead sponsors of the act wrote to Attorney General Pam Bondi to clarify recent comments that raised the concern that the DOJ may withhold records and thereby fail to meet a statutory deadline this month. In parallel, we write to request that your office conduct a prompt audit of all chain of custody forms related to the records DOJ is required to release under the Act, and that you promptly provide the Senate and House Judiciary Committees with the results of the audit once completed. The audit will help confirm for Congress and the public that the Epstein files that will be released and identical to those collected by law enforcement, other than legally required redactions. So they're essentially asking for a chain of custody review. They're asking by January 19th, are there any irregularities in the chain of custody forms for evidence released under the Epstein Files Transparency Act? Did the FBI or any other law enforcement agencies involved in the Epstein and Maxwell investigations create and maintain chain of custody forms in every required instance? How many individuals have obtained custody over material covered under the Act? And how many agencies have obtained custody? So this is what they're asking for. So we'll see if they get this, but it's from Adam Schiff, from Dick Durbin in the United States Senate. Folks, that's all the news right now. I mean, listen, it is going to be a pretty hectic news day, and I will be providing you updates every single step of the way. Obviously, right now, I don't know if you can hear it. I don't feel 100%, but that's okay because the news doesn't stop and I won't stop either. So make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Consider subscribing to my Substack to support my work by clicking the link below. And I will have another update for you as soon as we get more news, which will probably be in just a few minutes. Stay tuned for more and see you soon.